How's it going, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to a brand new episode of the Duel Archives. Today we are going to ARG Richmond 2016 in the semifinals. We got Calvin Tahan versus Aaron Furman, two absolutely amazing players. I believe Calvin Tahan is the creator, if I'm not mistaken. Cody Angeloff can correct me, but I believe he is the creator of the Synchro Fusionist deck, which is one of the craziest decks I've ever had the privilege of playing. It's absolutely insane. If you don't know what Synchro Fusionist is, I've made videos about it in the past. Look that deck up. It's just insane. Talk about a combo deck, right? But this episode normally goes up on Friday, but I got a little behind on videos, so it's going up on Sunday. I'm also double uploading, so if you haven't seen the new One Deck 1 Month episode with Drytron, check that out. I'll leave a link to it in the description or up in the top right. And I'll also leave a link to the original video in the description, like always. And I want to give a shout out to everybody that's been watching the series. I know it's not the most popular series on my channel, which is a little unfortunate. But I really appreciate all of the positive feedback that I've been getting on it. So hope you guys are looking forward to today's episode, and let's jump right into it. We have Calvin Tahan on Brewski Rangers, aka Super Quant, versus Aaron Furman on Kozmo, and this was uploaded in March of 2016. I'm not entirely sure if the Perform Pal deck is in full swing yet. It actually might be. It might be. I believe it might be. But Brewski Rangers is actually Super Quantal, the Super Quantum deck. For those that don't know, that makes the huge Xyz monster that's like unaffected by card effects. Is like makes it like a mistake, kind of like Thunder Dragon Classic. Your opponent can't add cards from deck to hand, and they can also send a card too. And then Kozmo is one of my friends, actually, my friend Adam's favorite deck of all time. Psychic-based deck, you know, tags out to big ships like Dark Destroyer, non-target pop. Can't be no, it does target, but Dark Destroyer itself can't be targeted. 3,000, they all float. Really cool deck. Was really strong because I think it had 3 reasoning. I don't think it had 3 E-Telly, but it had 3 reasoning, and reasoning was just crazy. Just because it helped you get Cosmos out of the deck, which is what you needed for the deck to be good. And I think if Cosmos wanted to be good, that's what they would need going forward. So it looks like Aaron goes first here, sets 2 with the Town up and a Wicked Witch, which can protect itself by battle and card effect, I think, by paying 1,000 for the rest of the turn. And then it can tag out to summon a ship from hand and 2 set back row, which isn't uncommon. And also notice the Meganiums lining the center of the board here. I don't know. I know one of these players was notorious for doing that. I don't know if I think it was Calvin. I could be wrong, but always had the Meganiums. The Meganium Prime right there. Beautiful card. So we're going to see him start with Brilliant Fusion. Oh my god. Lots of memories about Brilliant Fusion. This card was absurd. I remember playing it, like, the last time I was able to play it was in Invoked, because you get that double normal summon of Alistair and do a whole ton of shenanigans. You play this in Synchro Fusionist, like just getting into the Seraphonite and like deck thinning, and it'll also send the white Super Quant here to get its effect, I believe. And the double normal, I think it's so crazy, man. Double normal summon is so insane. Like, the card had to go. It's just a nuts card. So the main goal, like, I don't know if I said it, but I think I might have, but the main goal of Super Quantum is to basically put up an unmovable boss monster, like that your opponent isn't going to be able to out. And the deck had like tons of ways to get there. Oh, Norden is okay. I saw the instant fusion. I'm like, what's he gonna bring off the instant fusion? Norden. For those that don't know, Norden, basically, when it's special summoned, you can revive a level 4 lower monster from the grave, but its effects are negated, I think. So it's basically just like a monster born to rank 4 play. The card was crazy. No wonder it got banned, and it probably can't come back, even if Instant Fusion got banned, because you can contact use for it in some decks. Like, maybe if Instant Fusion was gone, now that we have Ready Fusion as a replacement, like, maybe it could come back, but I highly doubt it. He's going to use the Solemn Strike there. 100% makes sense to go for the strike. You can't let a card like Norden resolve. That'll get him to like a rank 4 play. Maybe he could go for something like Castel if he's got space for the extra deck. Shuffle back the Wicked Witch, or at least force it out. Because if he does have Dark Destroyer in his hand, like, you want to get the Dark Destroyer pop out of the way as early as possible, I imagine. I am familiar with Cosmos, but I'm not super familiar with the actual Super Quant deck. So I'm actually going to pull up some of the cards right now just so I can read them. And I know Red Layer is played in like Infernoble and stuff, but looks like he's going to actually go ahead and normal summon the Red Layer. It says when this card is normal or special summon, you can target a Super Quant card in your grave, add it to your hand. So I imagine we'll see him try to do that here. And he already has the double normal summon applied. So he's going to go ahead and add the white to the hand, and then he's going to go ahead and normal summon that to the board. And it's also a very Ixies heavy base deck. Like, not only like is your final boss monster like an Ixies monster, but like you make the rank 5, and then you made the rank 3. I don't think the rank 7 was out yet. Yeah, you make the rank 3, the 4, and the 5, and then use the field spell to like bring them all back, and then overlay them on top of your big monster, or for your big monster. So we're going to see him use Fairy Alphen. Tribute this card to reveal 3 Super Quant monsters with different names to your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one for you to add to your hand, or for you to special summon in your field, and the rest go to the graveyard. And I want to say some of these guys have effects in the graveyard. Yeah, they do. The green, if it's sent to the graveyard, discard a card. Discard 1 Super Quant card, draw a card. If blue is sent to the graveyard, you can target the 3 Super Quant cards in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck. If red is sent to the graveyard, target a Super Quant monster in your graveyard, special summon it, but it cannot activate its effects. So yeah, that's actually a huge plus to activate there. Looks like he's going to reveal green, red, and blue. Aaron's going to go ahead and read those cards, rightfully so. This is like a shining example of something I love very much about Yu-Gi-Oh! In a format where I believe like Pepe, Draco Pals, like one of the best decks ever made in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is running amok, and you can just play a deck like Super Quants, and nobody knows what your cards do, and so long as it has a good viable engine, like the possibilities are endless, especially when the deck is piloted by somebody like Calvin DeHaan. Like, so many things are bound to happen. Like, your opponent, like, not only, like, Aaron, he's definitely prepared with this deck. Obviously, he wouldn't have made it to top 4 if that wasn't the case. He's prepared. He knows all the matchups, but making things even worse is that now he has to read every single card and try to figure out on the fly how this deck operates. And that is a skill that not many possess. Not only can you, like, read the cards and understand what they do, but, like, how do you counter it? Like, you know all the plays to counter the best decks, but like this comes across and you're just like, well, we gotta adapt on the fly. So it looks like blue will get special summon to the board, and red and green are gonna hit the board. So green is the discard Super Quant to draw, and red is the reborn. So those are some really good targets. And I'm not sure if blue, when this card is normal special, you can add a Super Quant card from your deck to hand. So he literally just gets to go 3 chain links here. You can add off blue, draw off green, and summon off red. Like, that's just so, like, even just sitting here now and watching this, I kind of want to play the deck. Because it just does seem like a very, very cool combo deck. But, obviously, you know, I'll stop pausing so much. But, obviously, today's format and, you know, all the cards available would make this deck not as viable. But it's still really cool to see. This deck was really awesome. Until it lost to a Gamma Seal, because I think that was the only out a lot of players had, was Gamma Seal over top of it. I'm not sure what other outs were at the time. And I think it was also like, yeah, it's 3600 attack, the boss monster. It is Super Quantum Mech King Great Magnus. So he gets to revive one off of red, and I think he's also summoned one off of blue. Yeah, if blue hits the grave, when this card's overshot, you can add a Super Quant. I think he added a Super Quant card because I know he normaled the white, and green got revived off of red, and special Super Quant monster from your hand. Okay, so yeah, green got special summon off of red, and then the blue or the green summoned one from hand. Okay, and there's the field spell. Like, again, I don't know all the Super Quant cards, so bear with me. See, if I was in Aaron's situation, I'd be so unprepared because I have no idea what these cards do even all these years later. Activates the field spell, which is really, really strong. This card says Discard a card, then target a Super Quant monster you control. Special summon from your extra deck one Super Quantum Mech Beast Xyz monster with the same attribute as that monster you control by using it as material. This is treated as an Xyz summon, so target, slap one of the Xyz monsters on top without needing 2 monsters of the same level like you normally would for Xyz, ignoring the mechanic. Much like a deck we would see about a year later, known as Zodiac, right? And then you can send this card from the field zone to the graveyard. Target 3 Super Quantum Mech Beast Xyz monsters with different names you control and or in your graveyard. Special summon 1 Super Quantum Mech King Great Magnus from your extra deck, and you do attach targeted monsters and the materials to it as material. So that's how you get a ton of materials underneath the Xyz monster. And right now, like, if only Aaron knew to, like, well, then I guess, like, you could say he could hold the strike to negate the summon of Magnus, but then, like, whatever rank 4 he was going to go into could have possibly popped one of the back rows, like a Dire Wolf. I don't think Tornado Dragon was out yet. Dire Wolf for Castel. Be interesting to actually see their list, which I actually should pull up the top 16. 1 second. All right, so I tried to look up the top 16 and the deck list. Couldn't find anything. I apologize. They just aren't. I could find 2014 and 2015 ARG Richmond, but not 2016 for some reason. So if anybody has what the top 16 was for this event, if you can find it, post it down in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. So yeah, now he's using the rank 3, which is basically a spell and trap pop, which is really, really strong. It looks like we're going to see Kozmo activate. Tribute to Kozmo to go ahead and banish. I believe destroy a Kozmo and banish. And that's going to hit the red layer, which is really huge. And then Calvin's got Soul Charge. That one's got to hurt quite a bit. Yeah, Soul Charge is just, like, I'm glad the card's gone. I don't know if Soul Charge was still at 1 at this point, but, like, if it was such a terrible, like, feeling when your opponent dropped the 1 of, because, like, at 3, like, a lot of really sacky cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! You can expect it. But 1 is just like, you might not see it one game. You might not see it game 2, but then they have a game 3. And it just completely changes the tide. And he's just going to vomit 4 monsters onto the field. Go for the rank 4, and then go for the rank 5 just like that. Send the field spell, and oh my god. Like, look at all these materials on this thing. Like, this is, like, Aaron loses at this point. I'm just pretty much sure he loses. I think I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 materials. And when he has 7 materials, yeah, opponent cannot add cards from deck to hands, unaffected by card effects except Super Quant cards, and once per turn during your main phase, or during the main phase, quick effect, detach material from this card, shuffle 1 card on the field of the deck. So, like, none of your Cosmos are going to trigger off of that, because it's not destroying. Like, yeah, look at all those materials on that thing, man. That's crazy. I feel like, shuffles the Cosmo Town back into the deck. That's not going to trigger Cosmo Town whatsoever. Still has 6 materials, which is what it needs to make it so you can't add cards from deck to hand. Like, what do you do? What do you do? You know what I mean? You have to draw a card like Gamma Seal. I think you drew like Slip Rider. Like, I don't know why he's. I imagine we'll see him scoop. I think he has. Oh, he has Farm Girl. Okay. So what do you do though? What is Farm Girl gonna do you in this situation? I would also be really funny to see if this card was like this set card was like a Solemn Strike or something. So it looks like he is gonna summon the Farm Girl. He's gonna go ahead and shuffle a card. And right now at this point, it'll be below the 6 materials, so he will be able to add cards from deck to hand. And I think he's gonna, yeah, he could like chain to some of this Slip Rider, but like, what does that do? That just delays the inevitable. So we're on to a game 2. The Super Quant combo, even going second too, still able to pull it off, man. Oh my god, that's just absurd. It's even by today's standards, that's like pretty crazy. But they're sided into a game 2 here, and I think if you're Aaron, you're definitely want to go first this time. You definitely can't let him go first, because if he does that again, like, you just handed him the win pretty much. Ghost Ogre is a hand trap that's around right now. Ghost Ogre could be pretty strong against the deck's field spell. It looks like he's starting with Wicked Witch again, and I see 3 traps in hand. I think one of them is Anti-Spell, which is huge. To stop Brilliant Fusion, stop the stop Soul Charge, stop the field spell. stops a lot of really strong cards. And there's your classic Kozmo turn 1. Normal Kozmo, set 3, pass. I mean, the deck can obviously do a lot more than that, but yeah, there's the anti-spell. Probably draw phase. Probably draw. And Twin Twister is legal too right now, because Breakers of Shadow came out earlier the year that this came out. So Twin is definitely a thing. My man has the Twin! Like, is there a reason to shotgun the anti-spell? Is there a reason? Or do you wait for the Twin? I don't know. I don't think there's a reason to shotgun the anti-spell. And it hits a torrential. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Discard Upstart Goblin. Reasoning can actually be played really well in both decks, because you have, in the main deck, you have a 1, a 3, a 4, a 5. The 7 is not out yet. That came in Dark Neostorm, which is from 2019. So 3 years off from new Quantal support for Calvin. I wonder if he still plays the deck at all, or thinks about playing the deck, because this is really cool. I know like a lot of people, when I think ARG events were like that important, but like there was always like a lot of really good players at these events. They had like less turn up, like amount of players compared to a YCS, but like I feel like it was a smaller condensed pool of like actually some really good players. That's why I like going back and watching them, because I really enjoyed watching the ARGs back in the day. I'm pretty sure Aaron called a 1 there, which makes sense. You don't want him to get the Fairy Alpha onto the field, because that card just goes crazy if it resolves. But he gets a 4. He gets a Trick Clown. So that just helps with the rank 4 toolbox. Because it seems like, you know, you can do rank 4 plays before you try to commit to your Quantal plays. Especially going second, that might help to break boards. But and like just make your opponent burn interruptions, like torrential Solemn Strikes. But that Twin Twister at the beginning was just so brutal. I would be heated if I was Aaron right now. Emergency Teleport activating. That can summon the level 3 from the deck. And the level 3 will activate when it's normal special to add a super quant card from deck to hand. That's crazy. Blue is a really good starter. And not only that, he has not burned his normal summon yet either. And look how much advantage he's already got. And he's got a Trick Clown that's going to come back if he, I was going to say links it off, but if he uses Phyrexies. So it looks like he is going to add the Alphen. You better read that card, Aaron. That card's nuts. You cannot let that resolve. I really hope you have the Solemn Strike for it. I really hope he does. There's Terraforming. Terraforming is probably going to go get the field spell. Like you would expect. No Mystic Mind, thank God. So plays the field spell. Almost like throws his Trick Clown off the table there. And discards the blue to go ahead and overlay for blue. That's going to force out this back row right here, which is so good. Like, if you don't have Dark Destroyer in hand right now, like, you're kind of worried. Like, you're really, really worried. Because that's, like, your only other form of interruption. Like, Slip Rider actually could be really good to get rid of the field spell. Like, you'd be happy with the Slip Rider. You'd be happy with the Destroyer. He's going to attach, pop it. What is it? It's a Call of the Haunted. Okay, Call of the Haunted makes sense. Like, Call of the Haunted's really good in this deck. Especially for Dark Destroyer. Because like, I think you can bring back like the play was to like bring back Dark Destroyer off call, and then Slip Rider pop the call would destroy the Dark Destroyer would summon, so on and so forth. So it looks like he is going to I'm not sure what actually happened here. What happened? So he detached to pop, and then is he getting blue? Yeah, he's getting blue effect. Okay. He's getting blue effect, which is the card set the grave, return the 3 super quant monsters, 3 super quant cards in grave, shuffle them to the deck. So that's actually up to, and they can have different names. And it's just cards, so it doesn't have to be monsters either. So he's just going to go ahead and recycle. He's going to read these cards yet again, because like you kind of have to read the cards. Just always read cards. No, there's like a meme Yu-Gi-Oh players can't read, but like you gotta read the cards, man. There's Alphen. And I think if this Alphen resolves in the way he wants it to, I think we're going to see Calvin just 2-0 Aaron right now with this deck, which is pretty crazy. I don't know. There's still a decent amount of time left, so anything is possible. So we're going to see red, green, and blue. Like, what's the best card for him to get right now? Probably not blue, because he already got blue effect. But he does get blue, which sucks. But he's going to get green and red effect engrave. So green is going to special summon one from grave, but it has its effects negated. And green would let him discard a Super Quant card and draw. And if green is special summoned, he can special summon a Super Quant monster from hand, which the green that was just summoned has its effect. I can't activate its effects. So I hopefully we don't see. Yeah, he's reading the card. This is one of those moments where like your opponent could easily like just okay effect, but he doesn't have any cards in hand at this point. It looks like. So he can make a rank 4. I don't think he has enough gas in the tank actually to get to the Magnus. He might. Gonna go into green. The green one I want to read. Cannot attack unless it has 60 materials. Once per turn, you can attach material from this card. Turn one face-up monster in the field, change its face-down defense position. That can be activated during either player's turn if it has Super Quantum Green layer as Xyz material. You can attach one Super Quantum monster from your hand or field to this card as Xyz material. Okay. All right. Not bad. So that can just book a card, which is really solid. So he's just gonna go battle phase, try to punch over the dark lady, dark Kozmo, dark lady, wicked witch. I'm just forgetting. And I imagine we'll see him either pay the 1,000 to protect it for the rest of the turn, and looks like he's okay. So I think what happened here is he tried to use the effect and he booked it face down, which maybe makes it so it doesn't resolve. That's why it's getting destroyed, I assume. So we saw him because we saw him pay the 1,000, and I think they might have a ruling question here on how this would work. Because you know, to be totally honest, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it forgets that it paid 1,000, but it looks like it does not. So the judge correcting that, he'll still get his monster back. I mean, regardless, I think you want to do that anyways, because why not get the extra body on field to do something with? Although he might not be able to do much with it here. And then wait, how did this happen? How did he just get this as okay, wait a second. Once per turn, you can attach one Super Quant monster from your hand or field to this card's material. Oh, does blue say that too? Once per turn, you can okay, that makes sense. All right, I was like, wait, did he just low-key hot cheat right there and put the blue? But obviously the link has, or the Xyz has an effect. Attach it. Now he's got a spell trap pop. He's got a Book of Moon, and that's all he's got right now. So looks like he just didn't have enough gas in the tank. I think it was that unlucky pick off of Alphen, where he got the blue to the field. I think if he would have gotten any of the other ones, he would have been good, because I think he had already exhausted both of blue's effects, the grave effect and the special summon effect. And I don't know. All right. Farm Girl is really good. That is an insane top deck. Okay, we might be going to a game 3. Farm Girl attacks the clown, pays 1,000 for clown, come back, and looks like he's trying to attack over something else with the Wicked Witch. Yeah, so that goes over that. Gonna bring it back, pay 1,000. Tries to kill the clown again, and he's gonna try to book the Wicked Witch. Okay. I've made sense of the situation now. Okay. So that's going to get booked. Can't tag out with it. And I believe Farm Girl has to do damage, does it not? I believe Farm Girl has to do damage. Wait a second. Did he just tag? Hold on. I haven't read Farm Girl in a long time. Oh, it's level 4 or higher. Okay, so he's going to tag out. He really wanted to get rid of the Trick Clown there. Okay, so that's it for his turn. No cards left in hand. He has double Wicked Witch on board. But, I mean, it is good that he got rid of the Trick Clown, because, like, you have to kill it twice, essentially. Like, you really have to kill it twice to make sure it isn't going to be on field for him to work with. And I don't think the blue layer has a lot of attack. The blue layer, yeah, it's 1,800. So it's able to get over the first Wicked Witch. The second Wicked Witch, I think he is going to protect. He passes turn, rips a Kozmo town, which is pretty good. He's going to be able to get back the Farm Girl, recycles the Farm Girl back in the deck. And the only reason Farm Girl is so effective, he had to do damage with the Farm Girl there, I believe. And then he pays, like, I think 1,000 or 15 summons one from deck or adds one, and that allows you to tag. So it looks like he'll just get a draw there off the mulligan. The Wicked Witch gets over the blue, and he's going to go ahead and recycle 3 off of blue layer when it hits the grave there. I think I got the effects down. Offers the cut. It'd be so nice if blue gave you a draw. Could you imagine? Recycle up to 3 and draw? That'd be so good. Sets a card and pass, so we obviously pretty much know he drew a trap off that. Upstart into another card. There's Alphen. Does he have the strike for it? He does. Really, really clutch card to have there. Draws another card for turn. Sets, passes. Kind of like in a nice little back and forth game state here. I mean, I can imagine how crazy Zeus would be in this deck. Draws passes. Draws sets, passes. Okay, did he find any engine cards here? I can only imagine that, like, twin... Oh, Brilliant Fusion. That's a really good one. Does he have a Twin Twister of his own? Well, he has no cards in hand, so... But he has a warning! Warning! Warning, warning. He has a warning. That's a card you have to warning. E-Telly. Does he have something for the E-Telly? Doesn't look like it. And E-Telly's going to summon blue. Blue's going to search him. Search red. Going for red is actually the play here, I think. There's a normal summon or special summon. Target super quant monster in your graveyard, add chance. So he could normal the red by tributing the green exceeds, add back white, normal white, go for effect, and try to pop off. He needs his field spell back, though, that's for sure. Else he's not going to be able to get into Magnus. I mean, he doesn't need Magnus as a win con, though. Like, putting a ton of really huge Xyz monsters on the field that have decent effects. Oh, he does have the field spell still. The judge was looking at it, I guess. So he doesn't even need the field spell. Like, he might be in here depending on what that last back row is. The biggest threat is Solemn Strike. 100%. We just saw him burn a strike on the last alpha. But he can easily get the alpha back now. And looks like he has another field spell now. I think I just saw another field spell. So even if he had something for... Like, if he had like an MST for this field spell. So it looks like he is going to ditch field spell for the field spell effect, go into another blue, which actually surprising, the blue Grand Pulse actually got printed as an ulti, which is pretty funny. So he could Grand Pulse here to pop the back row, but he's got a really solid normal summon of red by tributing off the green that gets back white. White goes off. Effect, effect, effect. Just thinking here, just thinking very carefully, checking the grave, taking another read of the field spell, because you kind of got to. A part of me, yeah, I was gonna say, why wouldn't you try to pop the back row? You have to. Why try and proceed any further? Because, like, even if it is something that removes this, like, he still has tribute fodder for the red, and getting to keep one of the Xyz on board is really clutch, just because it'll make going for Magnus much easier. He's only at 4,200 as well. So, like, he could definitely kill him here if he wanted to. What is it? It's a Kozmojo. Is he going to use Kozmojo? No? No Kozmojo? No Kozmojo. No Kozmojo. Okay. No I mean, I see why no Kozmojo. I see why no Kozmojo. Because he's at so low life points. You can't Kozmojo there. You might as well just keep this on board and see if he has enough damage to keep running over it. So we saw blue recycle 3, and then here's the tribute summon for red. And they had some really bad camera quality back then. ARG should have hired me to run their events. No. Back then I didn't have that good a camera either. But yeah, so as expected, tribute for red, and not going to use red. He said he's going to discard, or no, he is using red. He had a back blue, but he's just pitching blue for red layer. Okay, that makes more sense. And then send off. Hold on a second. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. You can send this card from the field to the grave. Target 3 super Xyz monster with their names control, and in your graveyard. Oh my god. It's even better than I thought. There's Magnus with 1, 2, 3, 4 materials. 4 materials is the bare minimum you want on this card. Battle phase, and this is at 3,600, mind you, and I think the Wicked Witch is at 19. So he's gonna take 17 over top, and then he'll have to pay 1,000 if he wants to keep it. So he'll pay the 1,000, and then he'll take the 17. So he'll take 27 total. Not enough, but now he needs to out this monster that's unaffected by card effects and is a quick effect. Shuffle a card in the field of the deck, which is like Kozmo's worst nightmare. They get effects when they're destroyed. They can be retrieved when they're banished. You know, Wicked Witch can protect himself from being destroyed, but it can't stop him from being shuffled back in the deck. So now it has 3 materials. So like, you just put him on a top deck situation, which is assuming why like he went ahead and did that. He's on so little life. He's top decking, and we'll see if this is a game or not. Judging by how much time is left in this match, I'm gonna assume that it is. Because like no matter like he can't have like the normal like you know. Just try to shuffle back, then he can just chain to have a ship because he has only 1 card in hand. But looks like he is going to Kozmo Town, put back what I think was a Dark Destroyer. Or might have been a Forerunner. Looks like a gold rare. And a Forerunner came rare and gold rare. We'll see what he draws here. Like what do you draw at this point? Right? What do you draw at this point? Honestly, don't know. Reasoning's pretty damn good. I wonder if he called 3, dude. I wonder if he called 3. Wow. Okay, what a good match. Yeah, and Calvin DeHaan moving on to the finals of ARGCS Richmond. Pretty cool match there. Do you guys want me to do the finals of this ARG in the next episode? Let me know down in the comments. But that was a really cool match. Like, just goes to show, like, if you know your deck well, you know the format well enough to the point where, like, hey, this deck might have a good chance against the best decks. Like, anything's possible. Like, I'm pretty sure nobody was expecting Super Quantum at this event. Like, so crazy. So shout outs to both these players for being icons, I would say. Great players. Huge shout outs to Calvin for like getting this far with the deck. Like, that's absolutely nuts. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up in the bottom of the screen right now. And as always, Winner Kill Send Out. We'll see you guys in the next one. And like usual, a big shout out goes to our Divine level channel members, and they are Cadillac City 4, Pony Stark, and Keith Siggers. Thank you guys for going above and beyond to support this channel. It means a lot, and it is greatly appreciated.